gonna need 2 brushes today. These 2 brushes. This is a blush brush. This is a 116, and this is a face brush, and this is a 150. And like I said, you can get these brushes at MAC or Sephora. You can get the pack of brushes. I have her face completely foundation already, and I'm gonna just spray her down with Fix Plus because you know I love it. So I'm gonna start with my 116. Just dab a little bit and tap off the excess. The reason we tap off the excess is because we don't want too much. But even with blush, if you do too much, it's never like a big deal because you can always take it down. And with blush, what I do is I start from the cheekbone. And a good trick is to take your 2 fingers like this and cut off from right here. If you cut off from right here, you can see where you need to start putting your blush. And stick your 2 fingers in your face like this and cut off from right here. If you stop right here, that's when you can go further back and apply your blush. You don't go further up here because it's too much. You're gonna look a little bit choo-choo red or anything like that. So we're gonna apply the blush on her temples. And the reason why I do this personally is because I like people's faces to look very warm. And when you apply the blush, like the color up here, like just what's left over in your brush from the original first tap you did, first color you took down from the palette. So again, we're gonna do this cheek and bring it all the way to the forehead, the excess that's left over. Okay, and some of you just like blush. You don't really like to do too much, and I don't either. So what I do is I just put blush and I leave out the door. But for those of you that are wannabe makeup artists or are really interested in makeup, you can just contour and add bronzer and a highlight. And what a highlight just adds a little bit of light to your face and a glow to your face. I'm gonna use this a little bit, the same brush, tap off the excess, highlight up here above her cheeks. Right above here. A little bit above her brow. For contouring, I'm going to use, you can use a bronzer or any darker foundation. Do you mind holding this one, please?
No,
thank you. But I'm going to use a contouring palette. This is from MAC. This is called Accentuate in Sculpt. I don't think they make this anymore, but like I said, you can try anything from a bronzer to a darker powder to a darker eyeshadow, believe it or not, like a brown shadow. And you can use that as your contour. And to contour, you want to do the opposite of what you did to highlight. You want to do it down here. And contour is when you make the funny faces. When you go like this, when you suck in your cheeks, that's when you start making the funny faces. So I'm going to need you to do that for me, actually. So you do it right underneath the cheekbone. And even if you put too much, don't worry. Like I said, I'm going to show you a trick at the end to take everything down. And contouring is really more for like more photography makeup. Like if you know you're going somewhere and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting my photograph taken, or I'm doing a photo shoot. That's what it's really for, because usually when the light hits your face, it kind of washes everything out, and that's why we wear makeup, so everything looks more like you can see your face more. So I'm gonna just contour a little bit more. And when if you let's say you want to contour like underneath your chin, let's say you have like 2 chins or like anything like that, or a little bit of excess weight underneath your chin. To contour your chin, what you do is you take your brush. Actually, it doesn't have any, but for those of us that do, because I know I got some, you take the same thing, what you're using to contour your face. You take a little bit of it and you just plop it right underneath your chin. And that's all you do. And that little bit of darkness kind of acts against the light to kind of basically act like a mask, kind of shade everything off when you take pictures. And to do it in your nose, you do the same thing. You can take a skinnier brush for this, but I'm going to use the same blush brush. You take a little bit, you put it on the side of your nose. On my face brush, take a little bit of mineralized powder, and again, mineralized powder is the finishing powder. You can use translucent powder, which is the same thing, just to kind of smooth everything down and make everything blend together. And this is also good too if you have, this is the trick I was telling you about. If you apply too much blush, you take it down this way instead of wiping it off. So this is it for blush. This is really simple. It should take you like a minute from your makeup routine to do. And tune in next time. We're gonna be doing We're going to be doing eyes this time. I'm going to show you guys a little trick to do quick eyes, 2 shadows, and we're going to also be doing eyebrows. So tune in and see you guys next time. A love and a live.